Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you all my Cardfight Vanguard Black Asturm deck profile for Post-Festival Booster 2025. Continuing along with the Koro Start Deck collaboration decks. Next we have for Brontgate the Asturm deck, teaming up with the YouTube sensation Black, which was a character from the Koro series that would assist people with their own problems, but make it out for himself as a YouTube video broadcast. So very interesting setup here. You can also mix this card with Welstra, because it does have Welstra in the name as well as Asturm, but for this video we're going to be focusing on the Asturm playstyle, replacing the original Asturm Grade 3 for the hashtag Blitzco Asturm Sneaks Don't Tell Welstra Black, so all fitting in the name, for all of the different cards that we also run. And once again, just like Triumph Dragon, this card can be counted as Asturm and used with all of the different cards for that unit as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. We'll go ahead and start off with the ride deck. For starters, we have the Energy Generator with our Grade 0 being Blitz Chief Mechanic Wharton. When wrote upon, if you want second, draw a card. Our Grade 1 is Blitz Kiloarm Bystand. When wrote upon by a Blitz Megajet Rebelio, search your deck for up to one armor supply vehicle Preciosa, reveal it, put into your hand, and shuffle the deck. And also, with that setup, we'll go over the order as well, just with the play of a Counterblast 1. When your rearguard stands by the ability of your Grade 3 or greater card with Asturm and its card name till the end of turn, that stood unit and all your Vanguard get plus 5,000 power. So the more of these armor supply vehicles and set orders we have set up, the stronger our deck becomes. Our Grade 2 is Blitz Megajet Rebelio. With this card, when it's wrote upon by a Grade 3 card with Asturm and its card name, search your deck for up to one armor supply vehicle Preciosa, reveal it, put in your hand, and shuffle the deck. So you just get two of your set orders thanks to the ride line on its own, with the final Grade 3 being our hashtag Blitzco Asturm Sneaks Don't Tell Welstra Black, fitting in all of the marketing needed for this card, basically taking over Asturm's business for the ride line. We're also running 3 additional copies in the main deck as well. For the Persona Ride power, once per turn, you can discard a card from your hand, choose a product card from your order zone and operate it. And if your order zone has 3 or more set orders, this unit gets triple drive to the end of turn. So while we don't have the operate function in the deck, we do have the added pressure for triple drive, which is one thing the original Asturm sadly did not have. So having the setup orders all the easier in our order zone can then give us a Vanguard with triple drive power. And once per turn on the Vanguard, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose one of your rear guards and stand it. So instead of an energy blast ability to restand a rear guard, we're going off a counter blast for this version of Asturm Don't Tell Welstra Black. Other Grade 3s include the 4 copies of Swingbee Dragon. When it's placed on rearguard from hand, if you have a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Asturm and its card name, Counterblast 1, and draw a card. So more draw power, and from the front row, once per turn, when your other unit is stood by the ability of, by a card's ability, Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets plus 2,000 to end of turn. If you Soul Blast a Grade 3 or greater card with Asturm and its card name, for the cost, stand this unit. So then it can help with the multiple attack option, being another rearguard that can restand when we just Soul Blast a unit with Asturm in its card name. Other cards include our Grade 2 lineup, which we're running 4 copies of Zinger Razor. When it's stood by the ability of your Grade 3 or greater card with Asturm and its card name, it gets plus 10,000 to end of turn. So on top of the Persona Ride power, you could have this card be a 30k unit on its own. So it's immense pressure just for that restand power, and then works very well in line with our other Grade 3, which could potentially stand as well. Our other Grade 2s also include the 3 copies of Circle Axe of Dissociation, Cephalodouter. When it's placed on rearguard, if you have a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Asturm and its card name, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to one Grade 2 or greater card from among them, discard it, and shuffle the deck. So it's more or less just set up as well for the drop, and when it's chosen by the ability of your Grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Asturm and its card name, Soul Blast 2, choose one of your rearguards, and it gets plus 5,000 to end of turn for each Grade 2 set order in your order zone. So added power to provide to those cards with the more set orders we have in our order zone as well. And for the Grade 1s, we're running 4 copies of the new Cinnabarine Blade of the Forefront Win a Pro. With this card, if you have a Vanguard with Black or Asturm and its card name, this card gets all of the following. It gives you the setup when it's placed on rear guard. Choose a grade 3 or greater card from your drop and put it into the soul. So set up for the other Soul Blast abilities that we mentioned just a bit ago, and then also just being able to recycle the grade 3s to use for cards like Swing Bee Dragon, because since we only have the, black grade 3s, to go for the Soul Blast power, being able to place these back into the soul can help for the use of Swing Bee Dragon. And at the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, retire this unit and perform. Choose up to one of your grade 3 or greater front row rear guards in the same column as this unit, return to the hand. Or if your Vanguard's grade 4 or greater and you did not countercharge this turn, countercharge 1. So this card is countercharge power for the deck, which is greatly needed since we're going off of a counterblast for our hashtag Blitzco Asturm sneaks, don't tell Welstra Black, and also for the added power of being able to bounce Swing Bee Dragon back to the hand to then be able to reuse the counterblast ability to draw a card also. And also the 3 copies of Salvage 7 IV. When it's placed on rearguard, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Asturm and its card name until the end of turn, reduce the next counterblast cost for when you would play Armor Supply Vehicle Preciosa by 1. So being able to at least reduce the cost of our order saves us 1 counterblast with this grade 1 as well. I even considered running a 4th copy of this card. If you wanted to run a 4th copy, you could drop down the number of light armed gun and battler that you're running to 2, and then place the Salvage 7 IV to a 4 of count. When it's placed on rearguard, choose a grade 3 or greater card with Asturm its card name from your drop. You may put it on the bottom of the deck, and if you chose a card, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 Swing Bee Dragon from among them, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle the deck. So it's search power for Swing Bee Dragon by being able to also recycle our Asturm. It technically is Welstra, but also Asturm back into the deck, thanks to this grade 1. And then the remainder of the grade 1s just being our Sentinel lineup, so the 4 Strogomars that we run in the deck as well for the Sentinel protection. And then for the orders, for our set orders, 4 copies of Armor Supply Vehicle Preciosa. You play it with a counterblast 1, but once again, this can be reduced for a free of cost with Salvage 7 IV. And from the order zone, when your rear guard stood by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Asturm in its card name until the end of that turn, stand the stood unit, and all your Vanguards get +5. So just added power plus with each one we have set up, which if we have all of the orders set up, that could be a potential 20k boost as well to the unit that restood and our Vanguard. And then I'm also just running 2 additional orders just to cover our numbers, being Deadly Ice Fishing. From the order zone, you can Energy Blast 2, rest this unit, rest this card, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard from among them, reveal it, call it to rear guard, and if it is a unit card, put it into the hand, if it is an order card. So it could also help you to get search for the remaining copies of our Armor Supply vehicles using this card alone. And then for the trigger lineup, we're going with the 8 criticals, so just added pressure with our Vanguard's triple drive ability to run the 8 criticals. For the restand power, we're also going with the front lineup, so Cardinal, Draco, and Pyro, and then our heals being the 4 Alter Rate Sphere Dragon, and then the over trigger of choice just being Eldo Breath, too good not to run for a Brantgate lineup to have that added pressure on top of our Vanguard and our other rear guards. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed. This is definitely a very fun deck. I love the twist we're getting for all the different Koro decks with the original starter decks to use. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kira Qualia out.